time.
Yeah.
We'll see like this.
Perfect.
And now we can get it. Oh, it took you so long.
That we.
1:30. Works the regular law.
We're live. We're live. All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's Board of Estimate and Apportionment meeting. My name is Dr. Dorsey Clears, and I am the Chief City Auditor. Today is Friday, September 6, 2024, and the time is 1:34 p.m. Present with us is our City Treasurer, Darius Shankar, who has been rushing everyone. We also have our Budget Director, Gideon Grande, Councilwoman Sonia Frederick, and Council President Corey Ellis. This is a pretty straightforward agenda, all of which are budget transfer requests. And we can jump right in with the first, several coming from our water department. The water department is seeking to transfer $22,000 from hospital and medical administration to their temporary helpline to cover invoices. They are in the midst of an audit and they are seeking funds to compensate temp help to help with that audit. The next item is a request from water to transfer $50,000 from supplies and materials / source of supply power to contracted services / source of supply power to cover expenses for the remainder of the year. The next request is in the amount of $40,000 from judgment and claims / special items to contracted services administration to cover expenses for the remainder of the year. The next request is in the amount of $15,000 seeking to transfer that amount from contracted services / sewer maintenance to supplies and materials, sewer maintenance to cover expenses for the remainder of the year. Any questions regarding water's request? Nope. All right. Moving on to recreation, they are seeking to transfer $20,000 from contracted services / field operations to contracted services / administration to cover contracted costs for office needs. The next is a request in the amount of $11,300. Those funds will be taken from separate accounts. The first is contracted services / aquatics in the amount of $6,700 and fees and services / aquatics in the amount of $4,600. Those funds would then go into uniforms / aquatics to cover replacement uniforms for next year. The next request from recreation, they are seeking to transfer $4,600 from fees and services / aquatics to supplies and materials / aquatics to cover supply costs for their aquatic needs. The next from recreation request, they're seeking to transfer $6,900 from other equipment / recreation center programs to contracted services recreation center programs to cover 2024 programming. And the next item we're going to combine when we send out the agenda, we just neglected to do that with the copy that you have. Rec is seeking to transfer $2,300 from contracted services / summer programs. Those funds would also be going into contracted services / recreation center programs, again, to cover 2024 programming. That's the only change you'll see on the agenda. The next request from Rec, seeking to transfer $4,150 from office equipment administration to supplies and materials / administration to cover supply costs for their office needs. Next, DGS is seeking to transfer $57,000 from processing fee / waste collection and recycling. Those funds will go into 3 separate accounts. The first is supplies and materials / public works / street maintenance in the amount of $20,000. Contracted services / engineering, cycle maintenance in the amount of $35,000 and miscellaneous in the amount of $2,000, again totaling $57,000 to cover present and future expenses. Any questions? We have Mr. Frank Ziola himself here. Any questions for that regarding DTS request? All right, moving on to cultural affairs. They are seeking to transfer $30,000 from contracted services to Albany Alive at 5. That account, this is to cover the remaining expenses for 2024's Alive at 5 program. Any questions there? All right. Budget is seeking to transfer $500 from contracted services / special items. Those funds will go into 2 separate accounts. Contracted services, EEO / Human Rights Commission in the amount of $350, and other equipment / EEO Human Rights Commission in the amount of $150 to acquire table and table supplies for HR related events. I'm sorry, that's human rights, not HR, but the Human Rights Commission, their events. And then lastly, if there are no questions for Gideon, the last item is from APD, seeking to transfer $7,500 from their other equipment / admin service bureau building maintenance account to their contracted services admin service bureau computer and tech account. This is to cover the purchasing of software subscription for overtime, for tracking overtime. Any questions regarding any of the items? Okay, that concludes our agenda for today. May I please request a motion to accept the agenda as is?
So moved.
We have a motion from our city treasurer, Darren Sharper. We have a second from Councilman Frederick. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We will send out the final agenda, and then we have a motion on the floor to adjourn the meeting. May I have a second?
Second.
Second from Council President Ellis. All in favor? Any opposed? The motion carries. This concludes our meeting today. Thank you. And I'm going to turn it over to our lovely colleagues in the conference.
Just once, I'm gonna post motions this time. Just, yeah, no.
Make sure I'm not here when I have.
No, that's that. I don't know if I can support for it.
You would not, in some meetings.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no. Oh, whoever. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't, lately I haven't been printing them because you haven't.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Friday, September 6th, 2024. I'd like to call to order the meeting for the Board of Contract and Supply. Today present, we have Joseph and Vivian Grande from the Budget Department, Darius Shankar, City Treasurer, and Marissa Mancini, Corporation Counsel, Howard Global City Engineer, Frank Ziola, Department of General Services. Mr. Global has offered the following: resolved that the Secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bid the elevator maintenance and repairs for various city-owned buildings. Said proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting held on Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, at 12 p.m. That each bidder is required to present a bid deposit equal to the amount of 5% and a bid bond or certified check. The following was offered resolved that the Secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bid the purchase of uniforms and related embroidery services. Said proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting held on Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, at 12 p.m. That each bidder is required to present a bid deposit equal to the amount of 5% and a bid it says attached for the bid bond or certified check. The following was offered resolved that the Secretary be authorized and directed to advertise selective demolition and hazardous material abatement for 520 Livingston Avenue here in Albany. Said proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting held on October 8th, 2024, at 12 p.m. And that each bidder is required to present a bid deposit equal to the amount of 5% and a bid bond or certified check. We have one opening for today. This is for the Fairbush ATP Aeration Room Renovation HVAC contract. The first bidder is from Gallo Construction Corporation. Thank you. The total is $117,900. And bid bond is included. The next one is from James D. Warren and Son. Total is $153,300. And bid bond is included. The next one is from P. Ellicott Incorporated. Total is $155,000. Bid bond is included. The next one is from Eckert Mechanical LLC. Total is $228,856. Bid bond. Last one is from CFI Contracting Incorporated. Total is $173,700, and bid bond is included. Mr. Noble has offered the following: resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder and their lowest qualified bid, and the mayor is authorized to sign a contract on behalf of the city. This project is the maintenance contract for locksmith services for various city-owned buildings. The bidder was Center for Security Incorporated, total bid $26,125. The following resolution was offered on behalf of Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the price specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and the mayor is authorized to sign a contract on behalf of the city. The project was the Curd and Paste Pipelining Project, awarded to National Water Main Cleaning Company in the amount of $972,012.50. The following resolution was offered on behalf of Albany Water Board. Resolved that the Albany Water Board approves change order 1G05 to the Faribault Water Filtration Plant Upgrades Contract with CFI Contracting Incorporated, increasing the contract amount by $10,163.48. The new contract value, contract amount is $3,183,220.30. There is no change to the original contract timeframe of 365 days. The following resolution was offered on behalf of Albany Water Board. Resolved that the Albany Water Board approves change order 5G19 to the Beaver Creek Clean River Project Phase 3 of 5, contract with WMJ Keller and Sons, increasing the contract amount by $93,475.31. The new contract amount is $35,855,382.97. The contract completion date of December 31st, 2023 has not changed. Paloma Single, the Planning Department, has offered the following: resolved that in accordance with the existing contract provision of City Contract Number 9321, that the following named contract be extended until October 31st, 2024, at and for the prices in terms specified in their existing contract. This is the Lucid Albany West Hill Alleyway Revitalization. It was awarded to Carver Constructions Incorporated in the amount of $377,145. And I have a motion to accept the agenda.
Second.
Whoever,
Who did it first? I'm sorry.
Howard,
Howard.
and
All those in favor?
aye,
All right, motion to adjourn.
So move.
second.
All right.
We all got it.
We all got it.
Can I ask a question?
Thank
Put the uniform bid out, because it just said the following was offered. Purchase uniforms,
Police.
Choice.
Yes. Mhm.